I put my trust in you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sunday Best Season 5 winner Joshua Rock is here, and you are tuned into the one and only Michael Finkley Show.
We still
Ready to take your business to the next level in 2022?
Branding consultant and New York Times bestselling author, Bardi Toto is with us. She gives us all the know-how for 2022.
Next Finkley.
All coming up next.
If I can make it through the night, just to see a brighter side, 'cause I've been working all my life just to make.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Michael Finkley Show, Season 4. Season 4, y'all, we're here. I missed y'all. That month and a half without y'all, did my heart terribly, but I am so glad. As I was putting the shows together and interviewing people, I'm like, I'm back, yay! We're back. I hope you missed us. Happy New Year. I hope that you brought in the new year in a very special way, and you're still celebrating. We're still here. As you've seen, a lot of people have passed away in the time since before the new year began, and the new year after the new year came in. So stay safe, everybody. COVID numbers are up and all this other kind of stuff is happening in the world, but I find that in doing this show, this is my utopia, this is my place. So find your special place. Where will your special place be in 2022? What does that utopia look like for you? Comment below. Let's have a conversation, or email us at michael@thefinkleyexperience.com. I want to hear what you're talking about, what you're saying. We want more information from you. Talk with us. Like I said, I've missed y'all, and I hope that you're ready for a great Season 4. We have some amazing things that are going to happen this season. As I said to myself when I first started the show, I'm in competition with no one, but only with myself. So each and every season, we're going to level up. And get to that place of personal success that I see fit. So y'all come on and join the journey with me. As you all have been following me on social media, and some of you may not know, we have a brand new home. We're now a part of the YOU42 Channel. And the headquarters is actually in Atlanta, Georgia. So I was able to take a tour of the facilities, and in being a member, all that entails of me, what I have access to when I actually go to the headquarters there in Atlanta. And I had a very cool tour guide. You may know him as Raspy from B2K. But y'all take a look at this tour, YOU42.
Hey Think fam, I'm on the steps of YOU42 here in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're doing some amazing things here. I'm super excited because Raspy is going to give us an awesome tour of YOU42. That's where you at?
You're already here.
What up,
brother?
brother?
Hey, thank you for coming, yo. What's up, man? Come on inside. I want to give you a tour.
All right.
So I'm gonna take you straight upstairs first to the podcast. Go to the podcast booth. So this is YOU42. I've been telling you about. This is the wonderful content creation house. We have it led by wonderful leadership, Ashley Johnson and Chris Moreau, wonderful team. This is one of my favorite rooms. I believe they just finished. This is the first time they've been in the company. This is the podcast room. So everything here is brand new. It's soundproof. You know, I mean,
Look, bro, we can talk for days.
yo, what up, bro?
What you doing?
Nah, and everything is like set up and ready to rock and roll.
I love it.
So in the future, if you want to come back when you're in Atlanta, you want to put together some stuff.
You heard that right?
Okay,
Okay,
next.
let's go.
Alright, so this is about to be the streaming service for our gamers. What do we call our gamers?
Streamers?
I guess our streamers, I don't know. You know they be playing the ones that be playing the video games. So we got all the like the monitors, 40 inches, we got the gaming seats. This is more space over here that we're gonna like turn into probably more podcast booths. We do live editing here. We do anything and everything that you need when it comes to content creation. You know what I'm saying? Anything digital media.
I just need a bed.
I may have a spot. This right here is like our workspace, community workspace, what I call it. So, you know, This place can be booked 24/7. Like it's for the artists, for the content creators. So I sit here, I have my meetings, you know, maybe have my assistants, whatever. Have a seat. Have a seat. Maybe we just do that. Maybe we just do the interview here, man. Oh, look at that. We can start right now. Man, I'm free. I'm happy to be here. I just want to thank you for coming out today, man.
Appreciate you.
This is our industrial gourmet kitchen where if you want to, like, say, if you want to create your own, like, where's
the food?
We need to create a raspberry. No, we need to do like raspberry cake, and I can bring out different chefs. They can teach me some recipes. But the cool part is we got the cameras here, we got the kitchen, and the most important, you can take this up, you can drive a whole cardboard, you can build a whole set. Wow. YOU42 baby.
So much Raz for and the YOU42 family for just welcoming the Michael Finkley Show in a very special way. We're excited about this new venture. I'm excited. I hope you're excited as well. You get to watch us on both platforms. Some interviews will be exclusive on YOU42 and some will be just on both platforms. But I'll tell you which. I promise you, I'll tell you which. But again, thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you. And I know that is a part of my plan for 2022. And again, growing and becoming better and becoming who I am in this industry. And I know you all have plans as well. You have your businesses, you have your platforms as well. But again, you want to get to that next level of success. But I have someone here for you for that as well. We have Bardi Toto with us. And again, she is a branding consultant. She is a New York Times best-selling author. And she knows what she's talking about. So she's going to give us some input on how to brand ourselves in 2022. So don't you go away. Y'all, back in a moment.
Coming up, Bardi is with us to help us with branding. Don't you go away. Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm country artist Savannah Ray, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, Festive Finkley Friday.
He is the DJ you need to know. DJ Suspense and multi-award-winning songwriter and rapper K Sparks.
Next Finkley.
Finkley Friday.
Colors. What the? Oh God. This one. Yeah, right, Marine. So I guess we don't stand for colors, huh? I'm sorry. I was starving. What was you eating on anyway? Let me put you on. This that Lucy's hoopie pie. Okay. Hey, but before you go, Marine, what can I get me one of those? Oh, at all the Super Target locations, Sergeant. Okay. And where can you get your chart sheet at in the morning? On your desk. As long as we track it.
Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Yo, my next guest, she is a branding genius. The branding genius is in the house. Award-winning author, best-selling author, featured in Forbes, ABC, NBC, podcast host. Y'all, the list goes on and on and on. My new dear friend, everybody. She is Bardi Toto. How are you?
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. It means a lot.
You're very welcome. Yeah, we met on Instagram, on social media.
Yes, we did.
And we have been in contact, and just I know that she's been an encouragement to me, and I hope that I've been an encouragement to you.
Oh yeah.
So this is how it works. This is how it works. And so
gratitude.
Exactly. And you help so many people along the way, but it started off with you. Right? You were a nurse, and at some point you were like, I'm fed up. Was that the starting point of you wanting to brand out on your own?
Yeah, actually, I always, ever since I was a little girl, I was about 4 years old, my father was in the garment industry. He had a showroom at the Dallas Apparel Mart. And I was fascinated, true story, that my last name was on the door. And I would sit there and count the letters. I'm like, maybe I'd like to have my name on the door one day. True story. And I sat there and I just watched my dad, and I love my dad. I miss him so much. He was my rock. And it was like, he could sell, I want to say, ice to the Eskimos. Everyone loved my dad. And I just always wanted to be like him, you know, whether it was, I didn't know it was the word entrepreneur. I didn't know that. When I was 15 years old and everyone was on the drill team and cheerleader, there was a class for entrepreneurs. And at the time they said, you know, you leave school and you go to work, the work program, but it wasn't a work program. In this case, we actually had competitions in Texas where we went and we had competitions, upselling, and I loved it. It was how to basically become an entrepreneur. And I learned at a very young age, it's what I wanted to do in high school. And in fact, I'll tell you a story. I've never told this to anyone. My first job was at Marshall Fields, and I was literally making $1,500 a month, and I was only 16 years old. And I got my butt whooped because my dad thought I was stealing. And then I showed him I worked in the China shop, and it was, you know, hourly plus commission, and also at Christmas time. And my stepmother, I mean, was like, this girl's got a gift, you know. And it was a passion I had, but I ended up becoming a nurse because I'm like, you know, it's something I can always do. I can always fall back on it. I wanted to help people, but so I just did it. Right. And I remember actually being afraid of being a nurse because I couldn't stand needles and I couldn't stand shots. And I got in and I hated it. And I'll tell you why. I loved helping other people, but I got written up for talking to a patient. I was told that my job was to get them in and out of the hospital and not speak to them. True story.
Wait. So how can you not talk with anyone and help them?
And you know me, I'm from Texas. I got a gift of gab. I have to talk to people.
Exactly.
I was in the dialysis unit, and these people were very sick. And I would talk to them. And I remember the day that I got written up for talking to a patient and was told that this is not how the hospital makes money. And I remember the year, I remember the time, and I said, this is not for me. It set me off that much. And I remember working with a fellow nurse that, you won't believe this, she sold me information. Like, she connected me with someone back in the day. We're talking in the late 90s, where I spent $1,000 to get information. And I'm like, and got ripped off. And I said, I will never do that with someone ever again. I'm going to show people how to market themselves, or how to do this, or how to do that. So I still was a nurse maybe one day out of the month. And I think it was that feeling of being able to help someone. And then one day I got this voice, in a voice that I heard that says, take the love of helping other people onto the internet. And I sat there for 2 months and just stared at the computer. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I started on YouTube in 2006, just telling my story. And somebody heard my story and put me in a book. They called me up, and it was a book with, believe it or not, Muhammad Ali, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, all these people. This was in 2008. And it was a collaborative book. And most people spend money to go in these, but somebody said, I love your story. You know, can you get in? I'm like, sure. Okay. And then the rest was history. But I got into, you know, I'm self-taught. I started my own branding and marketing company years ago. And I sat there and I said, you know, when I sat there for 2 months, I said, how can I be different than everyone else? Because while everyone else is going to this watering trough, and like cows, they all drink from the same trough, I want to drink from a different trough. I want to do this differently. And so I would give out my phone number on the internet like a crazy woman. And I would actually talk to people, like give out my phone number and talk to people. And I loved it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, rather than talking as a nurse, I'm going to talk to people and help them market and brand themselves. And I went through this phase, internet marketing, and I was like, I would get these high ticket item programs. This is a long time ago. And I would make like money quickly. And I was like, wow, there's something to this. But it was because of how I communicated with them, just showing them like what I do today, gratitude, but totally changed. So to speed things up, I have a branding and marketing at a PR firm, and I'm an author, and mainly an author and a speaker. And, what I told you my passion is the power of asking, and also how to implement gratitude into your brand, or how to implement gratitude into a company, or how to implement gratitude on social media. Exactly. Which people were like, isn't gratitude just at Thanksgiving?
No, and that's where we mess up, right?
I know. People think that the word gratitude is just thank you, and just at Thanksgiving. So I've never told that story before, but that's basically how it happened. I mean, and here I am. So back to YouTube, I started making videos just talking about how I couldn't stand my job. And at the time I said, I'm from Texas, raised in Hawaii, was a former nurse, hated my job, hated my life, dreaded going to sleep at night because I'd have to wake up in the morning, go to my job. And people would start calling me saying, I know what you mean. They could identify with my story. And I called it my story marketing. And so I started telling my story, and people call me on the phone. Well, what are you doing now? Well, I didn't have a product. That's the crazy thing. I was talking, but I didn't have a product. And so then I did get into internet marketing, and people were like, I want to join you. I understand. Like, I want to get out of nursing. I want to get out of my job. Tell me what you're doing, And that's how it started, by just being real with people and telling them transparently.
Yes. I love that. I love the way you use those terms, because especially in the day and time we live in now, a lot of people need relatability aspect. They need someone that they can trust, that can be genuine and authentic with. And you've been doing this for a long time. And I love the other concept of you saying that you're using the power of asking, the power of, gratitude to get to where you are. How did these two concepts help you to where you are today?
Wow. The power of asking, how that developed into a book was, I had a son. I won't get into the details, but their father was Air Force, former Air Force. And to get to military medical records, it's like, oh my God, they told me 20 months. And I had a situation in my family, and I called up the military, and I said, I need these records like in 24 hours, or there's going to be a big problem. It was a medical issue. And so I sat there and I said, okay, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I preach that and beat that into everyone I work with. It's not what people ask me how I get to XYZ and who that and whatever. And I say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Communication is key. And so I said, do you have a child? And she's like, yeah. I said, could you put yourself in my shoes for a moment? That's how I addressed it. Next thing I know, she's like, well, we have the fax number for the doctor. How about we CC you on the fax? And I realized then, I'm like, wow, because most people would have said, I'm fine with the government. There's no way I'm going to get these records. They would have just given up. Of course, that motherly instinct. And so then I started thinking, if that I can ask about that, then I can ask about other things. And what people don't get is asking is a form of gratitude. When you ask,
you're allowing. One more time, though. I don't think they got it. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, this is something I came up. I mean, it was God through me that said this. Asking is a form of gratitude. Mm-hmm. When you ask, you're allowing somebody to give back. This could be a promotion. This could be money. This could be, hey, can I send you a copy of my book? Most people will say yes to you because someone said yes to them. Now, you hear the term that, well, the worst that somebody could say is no, or if you don't ask, you don't get. But what people don't realize, and you heard what I said earlier or before the call, asking is a form of gratitude. So it's funny, we go to God and we ask for things, but the people he brings in our life, the opportunities, we push away, we self-sabotage. So it's like, even with myself, I have a whole bunch of people who've connected me to people that to be on TV. And there's a second step of a press release and writing. I'm like, but it's like the second part of asking is receiving. A lot of people, I can ask, it's receiving. A lot of people feel like they're unworthy or they don't deserve it, or like myself, I'm going to a much bigger level than I've ever been to in my life. And there's part of me that has, been scared, and I have to calm not that I hear voices in my head, but you understand it, being a single and an entrepreneur and not having a spouse to say, hey, you can do this. Yep. Sometimes it's tough, it's, so I haven't met the right person.
My mama always says, baby, there's somebody out there for everybody.
Yeah, there sure is.
How old you are, how old you get.
That's my passion, is asking. And then, gratitude is my biggest thing. It's the foundation of my business and my life. And you had mentioned about Forbes, an entrepreneur. They came to me and did a story on me, how I teach people how to implement gratitude into their brand, or I love this. I teach people how to implement gratitude on social media. Mm-hmm. I know it's not a Thanksgiving thing. It's not a saying thank you thing. And it works. If you are struggling in sales or in anything, like what I do is so simple, stupid, but anybody can do it. But most people, and I can even give tips on here, but most people think it's not going to work. It's crazy. So yeah, I implement asking and gratitude on everything I do in life, especially my business.
It's amazing, as you were talking, it's amazing how, we go through life, we try to figure out that purpose, right? That thing that we're good at within ourselves and with others. And as you were talking, I know the journey was not easy for you, but you have found your niche, right? And now you're using that again to help others. It reminded me of one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible. And I'm a spiritual being anyway. So in the sense of your gifts, not your talents, but your gifts will make room for you. And it has done so for you, and it's continuously doing so for you as well. But when we come back, we're going to talk more about these awesome concepts of asking and gratitude. But you actually have that concept in one of your brand new books that you just relaunched, and also your podcast. So we're going to talk about that more.
Oh, yeah.
Back in a moment.
Next, Bardi talks about her future plans. Back in a moment.
Hey, what's going on? It's the multi-award winning recording artist, etc. And you're watching the Michael Finkley Show. All you ever wanted was a good dude.
Keeping your skin flawless and clean is important, and I have the products just for you.
Welcome to Mimi's Natural Pantry, where she specializes in homemade handcrafts, including lye and goat milk soaps, body butters, and sugar scrubs. All items are handmade products. All items have simple ingredients and are vegan friendly. In a world where you can barely pronounce many of the ingredients in your everyday products, Mimi's Back to Nature offers an alternative choice for those who are ready to get back into nature. Ready to order? Visit their website at mimisnaturalpantry.com. All orders over $50 have free shipping up to 25 pounds.
And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Y'all, we are still chatting with my newest friend, Bardi. And she is just laying it all down on the line when it comes down to the concepts of how she got started, and the concepts of being grateful, gratitude, and also the power of asking. Are these two concepts in your newest edition of your book, Kids and for Gratitude for Parents and Educators?
Yeah, the Kids for Gratitude. I originally wrote it just Kids for Gratitude, then I changed it to Kids for Gratitude for Parents and Educators, and I also put it in Spanish because right now more than ever, we are not teaching our kids gratitude. Watching the news, how we speak about other people, whether it's racial, whether it's gender, whether it's whatever, we're not teaching our kids gratitude. When we complain around our children, what kind of an example are we being as parents? What are we doing as parents? And so I give ideas in the book on how parents can implement gratitude into their kids, but also I broke it down for educators. We're talking preschool, middle school, high school, universities, giving them ideas on what they can do at that age group to have gratitude in the classroom, or maybe at a church, they can implement these concepts. And then I also talk about cyberbullying and bullying, because that is a big problem, I believe, on the internet with children. And so the asking piece is not in Kids for Gratitude, but like I said, my book, Disrupt Your Brand, that I wrote last year, it's all about, the first part of the book is not about branding, it's about overcoming resistance. Right. And because if you don't overcome resistance, you're not going to be asking anyone anything. And you're not going to be grateful. I mean, seriously, that is before you can ask, even a friend request, you have to get past resistance, the voices in your head that say, you know, why would that person look at me? Why would that person be my friend? Why would that person talk to me? Who am I to ask, you know, Gary V, you know, as it's funny with him, back in 2006, I sent him a 2-minute video testimonial. He was doing wine in the library. I said, I really love what you're doing. And he never forgot that. He said, nobody's ever done that. And so we've been friends ever since. And I tell people I'm Gary V, but without the cussing. So that's how our friendship started in 2007, was just that 2-minute video. And I remember making it on, I think it was something on my iMac, and just sending it. And he was on LinkedIn, and we've been friends since. And I've done about 3 interviews with him, and one was on gratitude on the Daily V. And people are like, how did you get to him? And I'm like, asking in gratitude, like seriously. So it's, you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, you have to get past resistance in order to ask and be grateful.
Exactly. And when I saw this,
I had to throw that out there.
I love it. I love it, you know, and I hope someone that's watching really grasps that, because I know I did. And going forward, it's like, get past all the other stuff first, right? And quickly, so we can get to the bigger picture at hand. And when I saw your newest edition of your book, when it comes down to kids and educators and parents, I've been in education now for the past, still am, among the other things that I do, for the past 10 years in different capacities. And now I'm a counselor.
I wanted to get into churches. I went into churches, and I actually went to a conference in Vegas for disciplinary, where all the principals showed up and the teachers showed up, and they loved the book and want to put it into the schools or get it into the parents' hands, because it would make their job a lot easier. If, you know, but gratitude starts in the home. It really does. And I'm really saddened in the news of certain things that parents are doing, instigating their kids to commit crimes. And it just like, what is our world coming to? Exactly. You know, we have enough negativity. What are we teaching our children? You know, and a lot of kids now are very entitled and act self-righteous. And it's like, you know, they don't need, and I hope nobody watching this gets mad at me, they don't need an iPhone. Like, they don't need a this and that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it goes hand in hand. Kids for Gratitude is solely gratitude for parents and educators and concepts, and the power of asking. I have the power of asking, and then I developed a workbook during this past year where people can dig deep and find out why they don't ask. Was a label that was put on? Did they hear it at church? Did they hear it from a teacher? Was it because you never had the teacher call on you? You know, my son, he's like, I never got called on in class, so I was taught not to ask. And I'm like, wow, it really can start in the classroom. So, you know, in the workbook, I go back to why you don't ask and how we can strip that away so that you can ask. Because I believe when you ask, I mean, it could change your whole it could change your finances. It could change the economy. It could change your job. It could change your life. You know, it's changed mine. I mean, the interviews I've done recently are insane. And I'm like, and then the doors that it opened to the people that are connected to those people. It's like, and so on and so on. That commercial. Yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh. And so let's change gears. You have a podcast as well. Do we bring those same concepts to the podcast? What are we talking about?
The podcast Disrupt Your Brand is all about gratitude. It's interviewing people that are going against the grain, that to empower, inspire, motivate, educate, same as you. But I do talk about gratitude. And I recently, you know, interviewed Walker Hayes, and we talked about gratitude. I let him share his story. It was about 50 minutes of him talking about his struggles and his past. But he's so humble. I saw him implement gratitude with his fans, doing duets with them and bringing his fans on, which I believe is a form of gratitude. I'm like, I got to interview him because he is doing something that no other musician is doing. He is engaging with his family. He's engaging TikTok with his fans. You know, you see his Bible verses on the wall in his home. I was just so like, because I work in the music and entertainment industry, one of my clients, or many of my clients, are in music and entertainment, not all of them. And a lot of people forget where they came from, and they've lost that humbleness. And so I was so intrigued that asking through sources online, I interviewed Walker Hayes, and then I just also interviewed that will come out tomorrow, Presley Tennant, who I love. And we talked about asking because, you know, I don't know if she shared this with you. When she was 7 years old, she called a voice coach, and her mom, and the voice coach called her mom and said, you know, did your daughter call me? And it's funny, as children, we're so persistent to ask. And I said to her, then what happens to us as adults? Think about it. As a child, they're persistent to ask for anything they want: a phone, ice cream, go to the movies, have money to, you know, teens have more money than we do. You know, they ask for whatever it is. But as adults, there's something that happens to us where we stopped and we struggle. Think about it. We're persistent as children, but something happened to us between childhood and adulthood where we stopped asking. And what happens when we stop asking? We settle. So in the beginning, I said, this is not Happy New Year. This is Happy New Beginnings.
Happy New Begin. That belongs on the shirt. I love shirts. That belongs on the shirt.
And, you know, like I said, I'm all about gratitude. And I think the reason I am is so that I can implement it into my daily life. I own gratitudeclothing.com. I haven't, there's nothing on the website right now, but yeah, I'm about to design some shirts and all. It's just, you know, something, I'm living my purpose and my passion. It's like, you know,
it definitely shows. We talked about your books. We talked about your podcast. What else are you working on? You stay busy.
No good. Yeah, it's funny. You know, it's it's hilarious. You said something about your purpose and your passion. I have a webinar that I'm actually doing this week. I haven't done a webinar in over a year, and it's how to take, you'll love this one, your God-given talents and your skill set that you have. And I go over how to find that talent and that skill set, because sometimes people don't see it with themselves, and turn it into instant income. Let's say create a video e-learning center where they could start making videos. Maybe it's a skill they have, or cooking, that's a passion, or maybe that teacher, you know, who has a skill set of copywriting can help all these authors, because more books are being written this year than ever before. So I teach people how to take their ideas and turn it into a product. But some people are like, well, I need income now. Oh, you can make income now. Whatever that skill set and talent is that you've been given, that God has given you, that you can turn it into instant income. So I'm going to do that webinar this week. I don't like the word side hustle. You know, I have about 5 different, you know, streams of income, probably like you do, you know, but mine is mainly, I love consulting on the power of asking. I do coaching on it. I help all kinds of people, especially in sales. I've worked with people from American Idol. I had someone who was afraid of asking for votes. True story. True story. I've had video people out of Hollywood with 5 Emmys afraid of asking for more money because they'll hire someone younger.
Wow.
And so I coached them on how to.
That's mind blowing.
Oh, well, think if you're, because nowadays it's like, oh, they'll find someone younger, they'll pay them less. And I'm not going to, and I said, yeah, but when they mess up, they're going to come back to you anyway. You have the expertise. They don't.
Exactly.
And then that's what he did. He went back and he said, you're going to hire me back anyway, because I have the expertise with 5 Emmys. They don't. And so he ended up getting the job. So it's like, yeah, I love the power of asking. That's what I truly love. And also my other big passion, like I said, is branding with gratitude. Branding on social media with gratitude, and how I've gotten to all these people. It's all been through asking and gratitude.
Amazing. Amazing. Now, we learned a lot about you in this interview. How can they learn more about you? How can they follow you on social media?
Instagram, it's Bardi, B-A-R-D-I, Toto, T-O-T-O, just like it sounds. And YouTube, I'm revamping it. It's I had a channel once upon a time with 950,000 subscribers. And guys, I had a hater. So we're starting over. Yeah, some people don't like spiritual people.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, we're going bigger and better.
Yeah, exactly. So my YouTube channel is Gratitude Lifestyle. But really, you know, I'm on Instagram mostly. Facebook. Yeah, that's how we met. I got to tell you transparently, on Facebook, you're limiting yourself to 5,000 people. I've been at 5,000 people for 7 years on Facebook. And the thing is, it is rigged. In my opinion, this is mine, a racketeering ring where only 1 to 3% people see your posts, and you're limiting yourself to 5,000 people unless you do Facebook stories or you have your Facebook public. I believe that Instagram is good. TikTok is huge. Clubhouse. I love Clubhouse. I was in a room yesterday about gratitude, and all of a sudden I had all these brand new followers because, of course, they knew who I was. But, you know, Clubhouse is a huge, some people might not know what Clubhouse is, but it's like Instagram, but audio, you know, or Facebook with audio. It's a great platform for speakers or influencers, and you can even, I think, charge for it now. Not that I would, but Clubhouse, you can find me at Bardi Toto, TikTok, Bardi Toto, but really my main jam is Instagram. I mean, I'm on Facebook, but, you know, really Instagram is where I get all my clients, you know, And Twitter is Bardi Toto Media. So.
All right. You heard it here, y'all, and all your information is in the description below. Bardi, thank you for being with us today and just sharing.
I can't wait to interview you.
Oh, y'all, I'm going to be on her platform, so be on the lookout for that.
You're a disruptor. I only interview disruptors.
But in a good way.
Yeah. You know, some people hear that as a negative connotation, but it's a very high compliment. Very high compliment.
We will take it as that. Thank you again for being with us. We really appreciate you.
Oh, God bless you. And I'm grateful for you. No pun, seriously, you're a good man.
Thank you so much. Y'all don't go away. Back in a moment.
All right.
This is Michelle Ryder from The Circle Season 3, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Colors. What the? Oh, God. This one. Yeah, right, Marine. So I guess we don't stand for colors, huh? I'm sorry. I was starving. What was you eating on anyway? Let me put you on. This that Lucy's hoopie pie. Okay. Hey, but before you go, Marine, what can I get me one of those? Oh, at all the Super Target locations, Sergeant. Okay. And where can you get your chart sheet at in the morning? On your desk. As long as we track it.
And so it's a new year, a new season, new beginnings. And if it's one word that I want to start off with, it's take advantage. So off the rip, let's forget about all the past that we did. We may not had what we wanted to have before, but this is your opportunity to take advantage. Taking advantage look like making sure you being intentional about the things that you want and actually going after it. So look at this. I need you to start waking up in the morning and start your day off being intentional and thinking about how can I take advantage of today. That's one. Because when you want to take advantage, you actually put in the action to get what you want. But some of you just wake up living life as if life go happen on its own and you go catch these things in your hand without even trying to put in any effort. When you don't take advantage, then you will never get what you want because things don't just fall in place. Things don't just fall in your hands. You have to create the things that you want. You have to take advantage so that you create these things. You create success, right? So when you looking at your life and you look at what you want, figure it out what you want, then figure out how you can take advantage so you can get what you want. Then once you get what you want, you figure out how you can grow that and multiply it so you can start helping other people also take advantage. So when you start taking advantage, once again, what this look like is being intentional about your day, being intentional about everything you do, writing stuff down, manifesting it, actually going out here putting in the work, showing you have action behind these thoughts, showing you have action behind these dreams. Because a dream without action is just a dream. It's just a vision. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to it. If you just dream all day without putting in any work, it's only a vision that you having. It's gonna stay a dream. It's never gonna become a reality. So remember, always start off this year and start off with your goals and your dreams and create success by taking advantage.
Hey, what's up? It's Nick the guy you know. You're watching The Michael Finkley Show. On the next Michael Finkley, Festive Finkley Friday.
He is the DJ you need to know. DJ Suspense and multi-award-winning songwriter and rapper K Sparks.
Next Finkley.
Finkley Friday.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. I hope that you learned something from our guest today. Thank you so much, Bardi, for being with us and just taking time out of your schedule to chat with us and how to better ourselves for 2022. We really appreciate you. If you're not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Michael Finkley Show, ring the bell for notification. We'll see an email saying, hey, new content's uploaded. Please listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and also to our brand new family. Please visit us at the YOU42.com, and you will see the Michael Finkley Show there and some exclusive information there as well. Y'all, thank you so much for watching, and guess what? We'll see you next time. Have a good one.